Yo, welcome to the TeamViza TV interview series season 4. I'll be your host, IPW. I want to take this time with all my sponsors making this project possible. Big respects to Stadium Cafe, Amiri Clothing, the Royal Family Vision of Companies, Lala Closet, Hakim Graphic Designs, Innocent Entertainment, and Shiblicious Pizza. Special guest in the building, come all the way from Aruka. With the hit series right now trending Caribbean. Hey, I like this series, different. But let's stop putting in blink on it. Let's look at the TeamViza TV interview series, the cast of IDOLMAKERs.
No say we are for win, yeah. Yo, start material. No say we are for win, grandma. No say we are for win, yeah. No say we are for win, yeah. I know that life is not easy. No say we are for win, yeah. Walk with the camera like Jesus. No say we are for win. Host on the hill, 24-inch rings, yeah. No say we are for win, yeah. That's here by the scene, in a evening a swim, yeah. No say we are for win. I know that life is not easy. No say we are.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
What's the energy like right now? What's the vibes right now?
Well, on behalf of the whole IDOLMAKER crew,
Yeah.
we say thanks for the invitation. We hope it's not the last time we're going to be here. We drive long, but we just go the distance.
Nowadays, just the beginning for great things, man. But your old man,
But I say that.
TeamViza, she got that
I don't know why. I don't be taking money now, so I say visa like visa. Yeah.
Right, so for the viewers who might know, right? Can you like explain, like tell us about yourself? I will start with you first.
Well, my government name is Derek Tom. I go by the sobriquet Don Tom. I'm the director, producer / actor of IDOLMAKER.
Right.
Well, as the interview go on, we go know more about myself for this interview for me.
Okay, I am Marissa Gonzalez, government name. I play the role of Camila Torres in the movie IDOLMAKER.
Black.
No, my name is Vanessa Studo, aka Bling in the movie.
Yes. And walkie-talkie.
My name is Kamika James, playing the role as Babsy in IDOLMAKER. Don't know mix up Babsy.
Now, through the grapevine, they say you're responsible for plenty local film. What was the encouragement behind this, to start this local film?
Well, it go back a long time, you know, it was small skit and thing, and we had intention of entering Flip Festival.
Right.
But I was always adamant in keeping the real and raw culture, right? Our dialect per se and how we just do things. And I don't call names, particular people, they didn't appreciate that, you know, they wanted things on an international standard. We had qualms in that. So we decided to do our thing, pour our content out on the streets. And Sam created the buzz. And then Peter C. Lewis, big respect to Peter C. Lewis. He reached out and he find, you know, like we were doing and thing, and he offered us the platform to put it on. And, I mean, he was skeptical, he tried to curb the content a little bit. So we meet on the media and we realize we don't really air foul language. But we just do our scenes as real and raw as possible, and they accept that as the midway. So we kind of stay away from the cursing.
Right. Even
when the people curse on the set, you know, we just tend to curb it. It's not a raw version, but
right.
On the TV, you understand? Also, want to big up our sponsor, main sponsor right now, SAS. They're responsible for our looking here. They really see something in what we're doing, and they put in a real tremendous effort into it.
Okay.
You understand?
In terms of like studies and stuff, you went like with a school to learn to do filming?
No, I actually went to school and learned. I was a general draftsman. I did structural mechanics, engineering, totally different. I overcolored. I did a lot of things. So ISO 2002, all them kind of things. But I always had a passion for filmmaking. Always. I watch a lot of movies, so I basically self-taught.
Okay.
Right? And then as time go by YouTube, when like Mr. King, Santana, give pointers, do some work with them and them kind of thing. So it was still a learning experience.
A question I wanted to ask you, why Fridays?
Well, that wasn't up to me, you know, that was up to Peter.
Okay.
And you know, he was saying, well, you know, during the lockdown, and it had to be 10 o'clock because, you know, we content kind of
explicit.
Yeah, kind of
rated R.
Yeah, man. And I was more looking at that Monday when people would be home or something.
Or Sunday night or
something. Sunday. But Sunday people would be preparing to go to work. Monday, all of Monday, the same thing too. But he say Friday and Wednesday. But he add in a day Saturday.
Okay.
So he does do a rerun sometime on Saturdays and Wednesdays another rerun.
And this nice, beautiful lady here, Marissa, right?
Yeah.
If I'm correct, right? What made you get involved into acting?
To be honest, doing this has been a lifelong dream for me, but because of the fact that I dedicated the majority of my adult life to raising kids and trying to have a family, I wasn't able to pursue that part of you know, of my dream. You know, part of my dream was to have kids and have a family, but the other part was to be in you know, in theater and that sort of thing. When I was going to school as a child, coming up through primary, secondary school, every time they had any type of concert or whatever, I was always, you know, involved in some way on the stage, you know, at the forefront of the thing. So it was really a passion. It is a passion for me, really. So after my kids are all grown up and stuff now, and I have the opportunity to pursue my dream, I'm going, the sky is the limit.
Yeah, the sky is the limit. I know Bling to be a model, Passia doing a model thing, and then now I see a person big thing. Then what end up there?
To be honest, COVID, I home and get a call done. When I have a role for your boy. But he called me for the role pertaining to how we remember I just talk and how I just act. We need to see the role. And lesbian. I shoot a lesbian. But what he did say is, but next time when I'm done with you, I'm gonna make you one of the biggest lesbians in Trinidad and Tobago. So said so that I'm not a lesbian in Trinidad, but I wrote it with that title for the movie and I represented it well.
There we go. Jamaica. No, Jamaica is really Jamaican?
Yeah, she's the.
No, I thought that is the script, you know, she acting to be a Jamaican.
Sure.
Yeah.
No. That one.
Why you talk so much?
Why, I mean, no.
So get involved more into acting now.
Well, when I'm a brethren, you know, we're going to talk about one, right? When Tom had an actor, brethren, tell me about it, and I went and see how it going. I take one little steps and watch. But I always just like, I want to say drama queen, I just always just give him a little trouble and for people to laugh, you know, so I find that role fit me perfectly. Yeah, so, and I just get to love it. Like, sometimes I even act it out. Nothing is missing me right now. But the thing is though, I'm going. When I'm on the road, I'm going, look the informer. Oh, a Jamaican playing informer, you know, Jamaica informer is a bad thing. Yeah, as you see in dancehall queen, they say walk and live talk, and you know you go already. Right, so otherwise I'm cool with it.
This role?
If at first, not really, but afterwards, yeah, after you get into it.
You feel this in the culture as the performer in Idol?
Listen it?
Yeah.
Nah.
You
In
got
a
quite
little
cheap
way.
to be an informer in a movie.
In a way, yes. I know. When I go back home soon, they're gonna say, "You can't try not to play an informer, right?"
That makes sure serious.
Yeah.
Right, I want to go into the title, IDOLMAKER.
IDOLMAKER.
Right. What come with the concept of the name IDOLMAKER?
I didn't actually come up with the concept. How they start this is here, it's unbelievable. When after Peter called me, yeah, he tell me, you know, come do a pilot, not a pilot, he tell me do a trailer on a movie and then we go see how it's going and them kind of thing. And I left and it one cameraman just work with me closely and Birdman Winter, big up. Anyway, you stand. Right? And I tell him about what it is I want to do. I say I want to do the struggle in the entertainment industry, not just the music, in the entertainment industry in Trinidad. The things that women have to go through and men have to go through to gain entertainment. And he bought IDOLMAKER.
Okay.
And I say,
But in real life, are you a girl?
Huh?
In real life, are you a girl?
Me?
Yeah, in real life.
If in real life,
No, in real life, are you a girl?
In real life, I
Man
church
say
going.
yes, I
No,
know.
that's a clear name. That's a clear name. That's a clear name.
I at church going
Oh,
past that.
man.
No, I have a history. I have a history, a distant history. My
Sorry, I'm not watching it over. I think my face fell out that whole
In my adolescence and early adulthood, you know, I really had some.
So what you do already, you know, the thing.
I actually turned down, it was worse. If you
worse?
know me before, I actually turned down. Way worse.
Yeah.
I was one of the first men to start wearing jewelry to a great magnitude in Trinidad.
Okay.
But that is about 30 something years ago.
Okay.
You understand? So, but I didn't take that life to bring it into this.
Right.
Hence the reason why, no disrespect to nobody, we just hardly film in zonal areas. We just try to be as neutral. We have no problem going anywhere and film, but we don't want people to class we think as any influence from any negative thing.
Okay.
You understand? So we just try to go in neutral areas and do it.
So being the head of IDOLMAKER, right? Do you teach the cast on the job?
Why do?
Let's keep it confidential. If someone is going professional.
Well, yeah, well, the greatest thing I've been IDOLMAKER was blessed with is my cast. Big man talk, no joke. Because I will tell you something. When I started to film the trailer, like the girl who acts Megan,
Right.
when she didn't want it to be on the camera at all. She died, no, she should have that until after the first day.
Okay.
And then she started calling, hey, when I did my part, she like it. No, when we do the, when they was ready for the trailer, they were so excited. When we finished the trailer,
Right.
they were so excited, we just continued shooting. By the time they were ready for the trailer, we had 3 episodes. And then one of the girls pulled out, and we start over. And then when we reach the second episode, another girl pulled out, and we start over again. And to me, it was just a siphon period, and everybody just bring a particular energy. And I just tell them, just be yourself.
Right.
They just vex because them doesn't see. The first time them does see an episode is when they train on Friday.
Oh.
So it's to keep the interest, let them follow the story. I think all they do the part. So my cast is the best.
I want to throw that question, right? The vote on the video, right? What's the reward for local filming? Like, what's the expectations opposed from what's being given at this present time?
Well, first and foremost, people know the crew as IDOLMAKER. The actual name of the company is the Raw Trinbago Green Culture. The mission statement is to take this culture to the world. We have a rich raw culture that the world needs to see. You can't ask she that. She's that Jamaican.
That was the devil.
She go feel offended.
You think it's being given in local filming?
Put me on the spot there. I will take it after bling.
I believe we putting one Trinidad on the map because these are a little small country in this, a little small dot I should say on the big map. So one locally we put the country on the map too, we getting a little, I believe coming down the line, we're supposed to be getting a little money. So we're working towards betterment and a brighter future now.
Yeah.
My personal opinion is, and I have to agree with Tom and both Tom and Bling, is the fact that yes, we are putting Trinidad on the map. We already have started because people across the world from all over messaging me and they seeing it. You know, from New York, somebody messaged me from Belize. You know, so people are seeing it. We have put the country on the map. The experience for me personally, this is a really rewarding experience for me. You know, even though it's not the first film that I've done, okay. But it's the type of exposure that we get in, you know, is really rewarding. Not to mention, looking at the grand scheme of things, is that people outside of Trinidad in the world seeing now where Trinidad is not only about pan. You know, because in their mind, anything that come out of Trinidad has to do with steel band. You know, so it shows that we could do other things. You know, just like in Hollywood.
Right.
You know.
No, because I was going to say, as I hear about Trinidad, as for instance, when you hear Jamaica, as I hear about Trinidad, first thing come to their mind is carnival. So Trinidad been known for carnival. So as I hear Trinidad, carnival, and this little casting, this IDOLMAKER thing will make it, you see it have potential, it have other stuff going on, it have stars, you know, you find one or two ghetto movies in Jamaica and it reach parts of Trinidad there. And you know Trinidad and Jamaica, it doesn't have anything, but you know, just be falling to Caribbean country, we're going.
Okay.
Right. So I just like that, and I like how we're stepping up. This is the baddest thing I've seen coming out. That's
You see yourself going back to do like acting on it?
Yeah, really I didn't want to take part in it, you know, but life, I used to run in school and thing, and then, you know, I ended up starting a family. I didn't want to go eldermanly, but I didn't reach there. I didn't was doing a little track and field next. I started a little family and it stopped there, but coming to Trinidad, I get comfortable, you know, you're not around your own people, you get accustomed to other people, yeah. So I'm loving it, so I know.
But you look short in the movie, I find out.
Sure.
And in real life, you're tall long.
That,
look short, huh?
man, the meals on them make me look tall.
Done. How hard is it for you to remain professional? Because you know, a lot of sexy. Let me break this down.
Fire.
Hot seat.
Fire.
Yeah, the thing, you would have to see how I develop a way to deal with it, that to make, and not only that, after a while, we comfortable with one another. Because when we were filming part during COVID, we sleep over by one another, film till 5 a.m. People are comfortable with other. It's strange to say, it's more the men have a problem doing sex in this movie. The women comfortable with the exception. I see she laughing there, Jamie. Women generally will feel more comfortable coming. They have to trust that the raw footage wouldn't leak. You understand? And
Correct it, when you say raw footage, you know most of them feel the sex scene.
no.
When you say
Raw footage will be
them.
exposing nudity private parts now, you know, because, you know, basically it's perceived illusion, angles of the camera, and sometimes different techniques we got use, right? To tell you the truth, that is one of the most difficult scenes. One, because certain people will be laughing and getting kicked right through.
But what relationship? Are you in a relationship present?
Me?
Yeah.
No. That is not the reason why.
If it was a relationship,
no.
present, you feel
I think when we were doing corrupted couple, I was in a relationship.
Yes,
I did corrupted couple, and me and she did a more graphic sex scene in corrupted couple.
Okay.
And I was in a relationship because
so do this sex scene doesn't get like okay, with men, you know, like get turned on down there and No, be real. Let's clear it up.
You see, you're saying that because they don't understand how it does be done.
Okay.
For the men who does or believe, boy, if it's me, I'll do so. I put them to the test. Even the next fellow who did the sex scene, Rudy, right? It was very difficult for you see, because in the room, you have a set of people. A man holding a mic in your hand, in your face, a man holding a camera, a man holding lights, and then here the thing, pretend you're naked, and I trying to get a shot over your back, in a back shot. So you're naked and a man standing behind you. You understand? You ain't getting no erection, you're studying to get a scene off quick. So the people feel, remember the raw production, they're seeing these two actors, but in the room.
Why you go sleep with your man, doctor?
You see, my character ain't stop there.
And then too, you have it clean, eh?
Why
Why you go do you that? And they do you that?
I wasn't dark in this now.
Huh?
I wasn't dark in this now.
Okay.
Nobody wanted to play the role that I played.
Okay.
Nobody. And the nastiness of this role only just began. You understand? I'm talking about in the line of everything. We don't
You get nothing yet. The time coming just now.
Nah, she roll. Is not just anytime I see she in the movie, people go start to laugh together.
Is I have all these stories and the
Yeah,
we know everything.
Yeah.
She know everybody.
Everybody
All people, she always
you
showing
have
up.
to come to me. Uniform.
And these ladies here, how hard it was to be a professional? Blame, I'll go with you first.
Wait.
Blame, how do you adjust yourself? Whether you your role.
I get a little experience. Eh? The first scene I ever do was a sex scene with the same girl to introduce my role as being the lesbian, right?
Right.
So me and she in the bathroom and we it was very scornful at the beginning.
Right.
I look at the young lady, I say, "Yo, what's going on? You don't know me from the way, I don't know you. But if we doing it, and we doing it, like put myself out there good now, we just started flow like water, and nobody's the biggest lesbian I've ever. So it was hard to the beginning, but after a while, the role normal now, it just
Never like affected your real life.
relationship.
Relationship,
I
family,
know much
friends.
time I scream, "Hey, your mother, you can't." Nah, I don't think you could show that piece again. I got a man again, but so it did, but as a star man, as I roll with the punches, and the very had also show one nipple to be out there, you know, so it's like I roll with the punches.
So to understand that it's
Yeah.
acting and everything.
No, I don't have no man now, but I just Yeah. Because we're not doing nothing, it will be acting, so you can't be totally off of that, so forget it.
Right.
Yeah.
And what is it?
Well, for me personally, for Tom and I,
You have to get to what's your sex? What's your
please, nothing. Tom and I are professionals to begin with, you know. So under all the lights, Tom can tell you, I probably am a real pain in the ass when it comes to doing sex scenes, because the majority of times I either laughing or complaining, "Oh God, I'm sweating, it's too hot, we can't turn on a fan, AC, come on."
Right.
I swear. But getting to learn for me doing that is a definite no-no.
Okay.
I can't. Because to me, I look at it as work.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
a job, you know. So if I have to do that, there's the mindset is, okay, I come to get this done, and regardless of the fact that, well, I mean, I really have no hang-ups about my body. For my age and the amount of training I have, my body good.
Yeah.
So,
Actually, when you were doing that, seeing that go on double palm.
I don't comment to this. I'm not going to ask her if she wishes to speak about the situation.
well,
Right?
Tom started. He already started.
That was a task because, well, the owner gave us the permission to use the room. Thanks to
Mr. May.
Mr. May. and give us the best room in the building, and there was people who was actually using a room next door, so they was making noise. This fool decided, what? She can't make more noise than me. Oh God! Take about 2 hours of laughter, and then I tell Chelsea girl, the man give you room for 2 hours. It takes me about 4 hours. For 3 minutes a movie, if so long, 1 minute. And then she didn't want it to get wet in the if you check the scene in the jacuzzi, she didn't want it to get wet.
No, it was in the shower first.
Yeah, first in the shower.
My hair was down, so while we were inside the shower, I wrapped up my hair and had it in my hand. So he said, okay, turn on the shower and let the glass steam up a little bit. So while we in the shower now, I'm like, I don't think I get wet. I don't think I get wet. I don't think I get wet.
And with that film with no AC.
Yeah, so.
The AC that make a humming song.
Yeah, and then we went into the jacuzzi, and he's like, okay, well, you know, this is the important part. So I'm sitting in the water, and I'm like, I don't know who was in here before me. Oh God, I was scorning. I said, I wonder if they sanitized this thing before. So I didn't want to be in it, but, you know, had to pull it off.
And the backlash after this scene in the book, if you wish to speak about it. Because it's all over social media.
Yeah, I know. Well,
How did you deal with it?
I've decided to turn a negative into a positive.
Okay.
That's all I can tell you. Out of that, mind you, I have formed a support group called WAS. We are stronger together, and it's to support women who are in toxic relationships or abusive relationships and need some level of support. So that was my positive that I took a negative and turned it into.
Okay. So Don, let me know the kill Johnny.
You know.
Me?
You know.
When that time come out, when you send blame.
You know, most of the people calling and say, Horse, if she's dead,
The movie done.
if she's dead, somebody has to beat you very bad.
Sure.
That's what everybody
Me
calling
too.
and say.
Man.
You chat too much.
You know every
And she
farmer
say,
does
don't
have
really
the
mix
piece,
up thing, eh? Really mix up thing. Like
No, but
like-
she has a crucial role in the movie.
Right.
You know, she is what creating that.
All the bacchanal.
All the
Tell this one,
bacchanal.
that
So
one, that
it
one.
have the tension, it have the emotions, it have, you know, every bit of emotion that we could arouse in the viewing public.
Right.
You know, that's why when they look at her part, they could either feel angry or they like, she not easy boy, you know, she could to saying them things, you know, she ain't no Camila going and go after the done, you know, because I mean, when you meet me and you tell me that you see boss, my man with my daughter, you know, what's going to come? What you think going and come out of that?
Right.
You know? Nothing more than Camila out to kill Tom and, you know, and she daughter too.
Blake, you like your role in the plane?
Yeah.
As you shoot her for the
Of
ladies
course,
team?
that's the exciting part. You see, I'm not getting the uncomfortable part all the way, so now it's just the excited.
Like, hold that motorbike here.
Channeling.
Yeah.
Now,
Walk
that
down
was my
motorbike.
most proudest woman they would have bike. I swear I keep talking about
They
that
make
for
it back
you.
and leave you too, eh?
Oh, I make back and all.
You pull off your helmet and say, tell
Let
Blake.
them know it's bling do it. I wanted my face to be out there. Let them know it's I do it.
Right.
They wanted twister.
And the man who talking himself more.
Playing character, that lasting show the whole. And sometimes Blake have to go.
You got to tune in and see.
Yeah.
That's the TV.
You got to tune in. Them don't even know.
Yeah.
Take everything in
But
the
don't
brain
put a
up
hit on
here.
the
True.
Yeah, you put a hit on the You say if you do that, you don't do it. And then I go deal with you and whoever. So you know, that go be episode 5. Come on.
Probably the beginning. You're going to be surprised at that scene.
Yeah.
Not sure that is.
So the guns that are using in this thing is props.
Yeah.
They're licensed for the props and stuff. Or
Well, there is actually no law or nothing to support filmmaking for props and things in this country, sad to say. There is not even an institution like Cut how Cut does thing.
Right.
It's a technicality to get your film legal. But what happened is I go through the pain and the pangs of police constantly taking it, write letters, we lost it about 10 times till they actually create a log in the stations for our prop.
Right.
And they used to tell us log it, but when they realize how we filming every day, they tell me keep it. Because we would be a nuisance to be signing in and out the guns. And so what they'll give us a mandate to do, like if we filming in, there was an instance we was filming a scene where police was pulling over the girls.
Right, yes, sir.
Alright, and some people see from a distance, call the police, so the real police coming on a call that here going on. That's some people with guns on the street. And when our officers pull on the girls, jump out to the extreme, they stop. Say, alright, see, you come on the scene, we give them back up. It's only when they see me come out with the camera, they say, but wait, don't play matter. So when they tell me to give them a heads up, if in the area, go to the nearest police station, let them know. So when they get the call, because they wouldn't be responding for toy guns, they go responding on a call that they have guns, which my part is a nuisance to,
You work with man?
to the viewer. Huh?
You work with man?
Well, props? No. We don't work with none of the props because if we work with the camera, we want to do something somewhere down here.
Okay.
You understand? We want to plug in a scene because it's Trinidad and Tobago and we want to go, as we down here make this drive. You understand? It's going to be nice for people in Labrador to see some location that they know.
Cafe.
Huh?
Yeah, she said, before I switch over cast, right? In context of your character, what would you do in real life if your kids decide to pick up on the road because I believe some might be watching?
If pick up my character in real life?
Yeah. In general, everybody.
Ex-kids.
Huh?
My kids are not so crazy.
Okay.
Nah, my kids are not so
I
I will tell you.
ex-kids.
No, when I say ex-kids, I was indicating that I will kill them. But, what we're doing now is, okay, people just avoid what we're doing because they believe that showing the violence and the sex is an encouragement to the youth, which is ridiculous. I grew up watching Tom and Jerry and I never feel to throw a fridge on nobody's head, right? Which is one of the most violent cartoons ever, right? It's okay, or they'll go and watch John Wick. In it, the children was cursing in it. So why is it okay for, how do they call it in other countries, art? But when it comes to Trinidad and Tobago, everybody wants to tip the line and believe that the children that all is so-called protected, in going to school watching porn, watching the same John Wick and the same killer, going in the video game with killer instincts. I refuse to believe that the youths in this country, character will be built by what they see on TV or what they hear. I refuse that. It goes beyond because my mother was half man, half woman. And with all the bacchanal, she will touch you up, don't care where it is, anyway. It's all that family, that community raising a child and them kind of thing, that is the issue. Right? I believe filmmaking, growing up, we used to play gun shooting, police and thief. It's the number one game with boys. What now they do put guns in children's hands because they're nonsense. So we would not toe no line in our production. People come and say that if we're doing something with Obia, we hit your bottom dollar, we come in at your toe. We're doing something with violence and violence. We're not promoting it. What we're doing now at this stage is showing the country what happened. We take real life situation and put some twist to it. Right? Put some twist in it. So now when we address it, then we'll do something to show you how to escape it. And that is very
Kids.
No kids, but if I did have, I let them not pursue the dream.
Eh?
Kids.
Yeah, but them know not to turn no in farmer.
What's it?
My kids are the least bit interested in what I do.
So doesn't like watch the movie?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Yes, they do. They're 100% supportive of what I'm doing. Because before I even entertained starting to film anything, and I understood the nature of the role that I was about to take up, and I'm not talking about IDOLMAKER, I'm talking about Corrupted Cop. I sat down with all my kids and I had a discussion with them, and I told them that I was going to film this movie, and it was going to have some sex scenes in it. And they said to me, they said, well, okay, mommy, I mean, if this is what you want, this is your dream, well then, you've supported us all our life growing up in the things we wanted to do. Well then, you know, you go ahead, we support you.
Okay.
My son told me, he said, Mom, I think you should start an OnlyFans page, you know.
What?
My son, and he told me he think I should start an OnlyFans page.
Yeah?
So, I mean, if I get that level of validation, that's that nod of approval from my own son, you know. What was that? If I do it? Yeah. Well, I hear it paying. Trust me. So, I probably might entertain it. No, but on a real, at the end of the day, if it is that I received that level of support from my kids, and I'll tell you this, you know, when the movie was about to be released, Tom said, ready for this? And I said, I am as ready as ever, because I know I'm going to get more, the critics having to say, oh, big woman like she with children and grandchildren or whatever, and she doing them kind of sexting or whatever.
Yeah.
I wish other people was supportive and was ready for it, and then call me and curse me and say, oh God, you know, like certain people now.
No, I really was ready for it, and you know, the people that had the negative comments, my response was simply the fact that why it is Trinidadians, or we cannot embrace and support our own local artists, whether it be local singers, local actors, whatever. Why, if it is a Hollywood movie, people would have watched it and say, it's no problem with it. You know?
Problem with it.
But because it's a local production and people that know you technically would say, oh God, why it have to be frowned upon? Why we can't get that kind of support? Why people can't feel proud to know that, hey, we could actually do this in Trinidad?
I always say there isn't nobody here. Because they're still doing something. If you understand what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Who pisses off who the most on set? Last question after you.
Oh, let's piss off everybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tom does get everybody mad.
Yeah, piss off everybody.
Everybody.
Tom.
I ain't got no time.
On a daily basis.
Tom don't know time.
On and off.
Sure, so the cast could agree to
Tom
that.
don't know when to get.
Okay.
On and off, sir.
That was it.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Who do the shukam here in the crew here?
What do they?
Yeah.
Shukam in this crew. Don't you stay there?
Oh.
Tell the three beautiful ladies. Who do the shukam in this part of the interview here?
This is a well-dressed castle.
Of course, I see that as the red line shoes
They
here.
know what to
Hey,
do.
my shoes.
Who do the shukam?
Cheapest shoes in Trinidad, surely.
What
Why?
is this is the part where we just somebody just present the shoes and give 3 details about the shoes.
3 details about it. She now get 2.
No, you have to talk about shoes to the camera.
Jesus.
I think I got my shoes, sir.
Shoes to the camera.
And if it's brand new, you think of you.
So like Jamaican keeper?
Yeah.
See how much how much you pay for it, too?
Right, so this, so the
Hey.
3 details.
Look, it's comfortable. Shoe a leg. No, I know how much you pay for it, too? $140. So check out shoe a leg. Shoe a leg, you know, after today, I have free shoes, Mary.
Right. What's advice
Worst advice?
Ever given to you?
Worst advice ever given to me? I don't think nobody never told me that.
Pertaining to the film you're talking about?
Not in general.
Oh.
No, nobody. No, I'm not standing up to listen to no worst advice. I don't think some of the best advice.
Well,
but
best
not
advice.
Follow your dreams.
Follow your dreams.
Yeah.
A nice way to do it.
Yeah.
Big up, Blink. What do you name Blink? You should be named Blink?
I was always
No,
rolling
no,
with
no.
Vanessa Bling. So when he asked what name it was, I said, forget the Vanessa Bling.
Blink.
But so she was just. I already blamed someone, so she was just.
Listen. What's the advice I'm giving to you?
Worst advice I was ever given was to join one of them susu.
Wait. Yes. Yeah.
I swear.
True.
Yeah, that was
You got you.
Has you vexed me?
What? Everybody knew why it was funny. Why?
She called you the one.
Me?
She was one of them.
Jamaica again.
Me, Rex.
If I don't give any worst advice, she wasn't the only one.
Going on the worst you say, huh?
We're talking about worst advice here. We're talking
Because
about
you're
advice.
licky while you're drying.
Best advice ever given to you.
Best advice ever given to me was by my kids. Again, I owe it all to them. Big up packet. Everybody. Go after your dream.
Right.
And trust me, I'm going after it. No holds bad. And I don't care what people say.
After it. What is it? What's the advice ever given to you?
You're not going to reach nowhere. I'm kind of hard, I don't know.
Yeah.
No tech talk sometimes. But that does motivate me to show them, say, the word can't hold me down. So it have better things out there. Sometimes it does take negative and turn it to positive motivation. Big things so that I feel me. Say no, big things. You know, so some of them who see it out that I'm not reaching when they want to ring down.
Tell him,
Ah!
tell him, tell him.
I ring, that thing will ring down me because they can't get me. Yes, but why? I say, by my daughter, no, you and our daughter. I see it on TV, no matter with that, no, because I'm not rich no way. Some of my family, them too, you know, they come from both sides, friends and family. So some of my family, them too, see them reach far. Big no, Babsy. Get Babsy from Tamana, you Tam now. Your name have to be Babsy because I like back and all these people mix up people, them always name Babsy. And it's a one of Jamaica named Babsy for sure. Real mix up that no past that, you know. So me get it.
Best advice ever given to Jamaica.
My best advice is, you always out there, you always have a positive vibes, you always look for it, so continue. No make nothing fail you, so carry it on. Not worries.
So the handles before then, exactly said, for the wish to give a handles, social media, anything.
Well, they say Facebook is for old people.
You don't want to find blame with yourself.
They say Facebook is for old people. I only on Facebook and Instagram. Well, I have a Twitter account that I never use.
You know what? You stay here.
Huh?
Yeah, you say it.
For me,
So what you say we have to do?
for me, my everything always original with me only. So you're looking for me, Vanessa Studio, Facebook, Instagram is the same thing, Vanessa Studio.
Me is not really a social media person, but you can find me on IG, my son, sweetie, Sky Fashion TT, and Kamika James on Facebook. Oh, yeah, you can find me at Train City Central Road for best jerk chicken.
My handles, both Instagram and Facebook, is Marissa K _2020.
Well, guys, there you have it.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being a part of TeamViza TV interview series season 4.
You can pick up me hairdresser.
Big up.
You said, no, you see, the first thing I said was Tom Way because he said TeamViza. You know said Visa.
Where's Visa?
It's
Sorry,
Visa.
Visa.
But he
Who
said
said
Visa.
Visa.
He said Visa, I know if he wasn't
Two
seen
videos
properly.
said, where is the Visa?
Okay, so then we said the correct thing. So
Yeah, have
Yeah,
you
that we were
seen?
saying.
Oh, I thought we said it right.
Alright, so let's give it up for Bling. We say, I'm going to
Yeah.
No say we are for winning. Yo, stop and tell her. No say we are for winning. No say we are for